being shifted from one issue to another issue. We have got very many pending issues. It was yesterday that we saw young men being slaughtered and being dumped, and we saw this over the news. Nothing has been done so far. Even after the post-election violence, quite a number of people have not been compensated. Since 2007, we have not talked about such issues, and now we are back telling Kenyans that we should now unite to impeach a DP. Now, after impeaching a DP, what economical impact is it going to bring to our people? That is the question. What educational impact does it going to bring to our people? How about agricultural benefit that is going to bring into our farmers? What is it that is going to bring into our roads? What is it that is going to bring into our health after impeaching Gachagua? You leaders find agenda that you need to talk about. Stop fooling us. Stop fooling us, and it's a high time. Fellow Kenyans, it's another moment that now the country is having another agenda that is being talked about. People are discussing, people are giving their views, opinion. Here is Kennedy Franklin. I also want to give my opinion following the ongoing debate calling for Gachagua impeachment. But I want to say that for me personally, I'm against that impeachment motion. Yesterday, people were kind of going around in centers, we call them halls, collecting signatures, seeking for impeachment of the DP. I want to tell Kenyans that that is not the right way to go. Things that should bring us together, we have left and we have forgotten them. There is nothing that impeachment of Gachagua has to do with Kenyan economy that is now scrolling. The economy has been paralyzed. Employment. We have got issues that ought to have brought Kenyans together. It is quite absurd that today the MPs are collecting themselves, they are uniting themselves over the impeachment of a DP. You fail to understand. When did Kenyans say that they don't want the DP? If you look at the allegations, one of the allegations that I saw was about Gachagua being linked to buying hotels. Who is not having an hotel in this country? We have got, even the president himself is trading in hotel industry. We have got very many powerful people who are trading in the hotel industry. So that is a very false allegation that we should not accuse the DP over. Let us find pertinent issues that are affecting this country, one of which is tribalism. We have not solved that. Two is nepotism, corruption, unemployment, diseases, education. We ought to have talked about university funding. Nobody is touching that. We ought to have talked about good health to our people. Now you are only seeing the shifting of NIF to NHIF. Me, in my opinion, I thought that the government would upgrade the services that are being offered by NHIF than changing the NIHF to be NIF. So I want to call upon Kenyans that we have to wake up so that we are not being tossed and being taken in circles by these politicians. They have taken us for a ride for very many times. And that is the reason as to why they have left issues that ought to have brought us together. We are talking about abduction in the country. Nobody seeks to solve that. Quite a number of people are being abducted. We have not signed signatures to know who is this abducting Kenyans. We have not talked about insecurity of this country. We have not talked about hunger in this country. And Kenya is being ailed. Kenya is ailing from a number of pertinent problems that ought to have been solved. So I fail to understand what is it that impeachment of Gachagua is going to impact positively into our economy, into our education, into our industries. So I want to say that let us not be taken for a ride, and we should not be treated as fools. We know what is happening in this country, and therefore they should not play a hide and seek game now to make Kenyans believe that the president is okay. Now we only have a problem with the deputy. They were elected together. We want to see a united Kenya, whereby Raila Odinga is uniting with the government, William Ruto is uniting Kenyans, Gachagua we want the national unity. This is not a time to start isolating people. We want to see development agenda being discussed in the parliament, and the people are being given development. We voted development and we voted change. We never voted so that the DP can be impeached. And therefore I want to call upon Kenyans to wake up from the sleep and know that the government is taking them into circles. The government has left what they ought to have done. Now they are embarking to confuse us with an issue that has got really nothing to do with our welfare. So the issue of Gachagua impeachment is not really a big deal that is affecting this country at the moment. We are affected by very many issues, not necessarily the impeachment of Gachagua. I want to ask, when was it that Kenyans woke up from the sleep and they told this government that they had got a problem with the DP? Why do you want to bring a problem where the problem does not exist? When you shun away, you run away from and avoiding issues that ought to have been solved. We have quite a number of people who cannot even afford better health. We have got quite a number of people who cannot afford good education. We have got farmers who cannot even afford the farm materials to produce. Now, you are back cheating Kenyans that now when we impeach the DP, life will change. The DP impeachment will change nothing in this country. And therefore I'm calling upon Kenyans, I'm calling upon the MPs so that they can find agenda that is worth discussion for the benefit and for the good welfare of this country. Thank you.
And before tumalize, ningependa kukuuliza swali moja. Kulingana na wewe, ni nini ilisababisha Kebaso Morara kupigwa jana?
I might not say because I don't really know the reason as to why Morara was beaten. Morara was attacked. So might be they have their own agenda. I don't know the reason as to why he was beaten. But if at all he was censoring for a change that seeks to change and help the citizens, then I don't see the reason as to why somebody who is only out to fight for the rights of the people should be attacked. So Kenyans should wake up from this sleep. There is this shit of dirty politics, of playing with the minds of the voters each and every time and again. We are being shifted from one issue to another issue. We have got very many pending issues. It was yesterday that we saw young men being slaughtered and being dumped, and we saw this over the news. Nothing has been done so far. Even after the post-election violence, quite a number of people have not been compensated. Since 2007, we have not talked about such issues, and now we are back telling Kenyans that we should now unite to impeach a DP. Now after impeaching a DP, what economical impact is it going to bring to our people? That is the question. What educational impact does it going to bring to our people? How about agricultural benefit that is going to bring into our farmers? What is it that is going to bring into our roads? What is it that is going to bring into our health after impeaching Gachagua? You leaders find agenda that you need to talk about. Stop fooling us. Stop fooling us, and it's a high time. If you fail, we the youth, we are going to take the mantle and we are going to take the bull by its horns. Thank you.
For the last time, yesterday was a public participation, and I saw there were some wrangles, people were fighting when one another was speaking his mind. Ni nini kilisababisha vita hapa na pale?
It has been clearly demonstrated that quite a number of Kenyans are against the impeachment of the DP because it has got nothing infectious into their lives. Kenyans would want to see that if the DP is going home, you cannot fool them that now the DP is going home but his boss is good. You cannot cheat Kenyans. Kenyans want a cleansing. If it is a matter of cleaning the government, let all of this government go home. If it is a matter of reconciling, let the government to reconcile so that they can remain united for the sake and for the purpose of service delivery that the Kenyans are up to. We want to see development. If they cannot reconcile within themselves, then they should pack all of them to go. You cannot tell me that you, as the owner of the home, you wake up and find a thief, and then you find a night runner. Then somebody tells you that it is only the thief that you should be chasing from your home, but you spare the night runner. Both the thief and the night runner must just leave the home for the sake of security of the owner of the home.
Thank you.